Thanks for joining me on Fear No Art. My name is Elysabeth Alfano. Come with me as I go behind the scenes and we get into the hearts and minds and souls of the creative genius. What do a bunch of abandoned buildings on the south side of Chicago have to do with making art? Artist Theaster Gates is rehabbing one building at a time, bringing in artist residencies and making sculpture from the gutted materials. I speak with Theaster to get a feel for this man's grand plan. You do a lot to foster community and you do a lot to preserve community. Dorchester Projects has become so many things. So from it you make sculpture, but also it's a library and it's an archive and you have performances and dinners. How do you do all of it? Really, you're creating so much.
Well, you know, I don't do it all. What I've done is that I've made space for things to happen. It's really simple, that Dorchester isn't about what Theaster does. It's not about what I do at all. I think that Dorchester in many ways is a response to many people's desire to see venues on the Black South Side. We'll use the Dorchester spaces to envision a series of soul food dinners that first celebrate the South Side and the legacy of food on the South Side, but also allows the whole block of 6900 South Dorchester to invite friends from around the city to hang out with us. It's interesting how few venues there are in parts of our city, and then how concentrated they can be.
So many, so dense,
right? And
other areas.
And so in some ways, without having to have a critique of the venues that exist, why not just, like an artist, as an artist, respond to the problem or the challenge and let my response be my protest. Let my creative activation be my stand. What I've done well is just asked people, pleaded, would you come and do what you do so excellently in this space that's been made for excellence?
You now have the Rebuild Foundation and there are many organizations helping you. Why do you think that you were able to get this wave of enthusiasm behind you?
Well, I think my interest in planning and in cities has always made me think hard about how people, how artists, how policies are interconnected, and especially how artists might be able to have really clear impact in places.
So it's less of the artistic vision that was pushing things forward as it was the conviction to see your imprint on things.
Yeah, but I would suggest that maybe it is the same, that it's not a deviation from art as much as it is these things that I believe in total, that the output looks more like urban planning, and sometimes it looks more like an object.
Yes.
But the belief feels like it's from the same body and from the same heart and the same hands. My belief that I have the right to be part of the city's growth, that I'm an important part of reinvestment and redevelopment. That courage is new courage that's come in the last couple of years, and I think after feeling agency, that I have the right to intervene in how a place looks. I'm intentionally trying to be the best artist that I can be.
Yes.
I'm intentionally trying to be the best cultural worker that I can be at the University of Chicago. I'm intentionally trying to be a good neighbor and a good friend, and that has created a kind of fertile ground.
Right.
Often I'm asking questions of myself of this, am I performing a kind of economy? Am I intentionally, openly modeling a kind of behavior that other people might find contagious and also may want to take arbitrary resource, new opportunities, new relationships, and invest deep in the places that they believe in, which in some ways is about giving frame to, elevating, amplifying things that people have forgotten about or have been left behind. If there's a politic that I believe in, it's that abandoned spaces should be reactivated. That people who are struggling, who live around me, if there's a way that I can help them, that I should. I don't believe that one has to be a politician or a large institution of one or another to enact generosity or even philanthropy, that it starts with what you got.
Well, I know you have so much on your plate right now, so again, I want to thank you for your time and for letting me come here. This has been a joy.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
There's an artist and a creative spirit around every corner and in a few abandoned buildings. Join me on the next episode of Fear No Art as we get into the unique and fascinating world of the independent artist. I know that when you were 14, you led the gospel choir, and I wondered if you wanted to sing us out something.
Oh.
You don't? Okay. Is that a no? Oh.